What's up, Black Desert Mobile fans? It's your boy Legit here. Today's video I'm going to be going over the basics of farming, how to farm, where to farm, give you guys some tips and tricks on farming, and lastly I'm going to show you where I farm at. With that being said, if this is your first time on my channel, you can check out the description down below for some additional Black Desert Mobile content. With that being said, let's dive right in. Let's talk about the basics of where to farm at. I could sit here and tell you where I farm at, but everybody's at a different combat power, so where I farm at isn't going to work for you. So in order to farm correctly, you need to understand what mobs you want to farm at. There's gray, green, white, orange, and red. If you notice, gray mobs offer 0 experience and rewards. Mobs less than 4, -4 to +3 offer 100% rewards, and then mobs +4 and above your combat or level offer 200% experience and rewards. So based off of this chart, you want to focus on orange and red mob colors, which is levels 4 and plus and above you for maximum experience and drops. Let's show you what that looks like. Now again, based off of that graph, what I see is not going to necessarily be what you see. I'm currently level 58, 3200 combat power. If I was to go to South Medea and let's say Abandoned Iron Mine, because that's a very popular place to farm at right now. Abandoned Iron Mine, the mobs are actually all red, level 65. They're actually set +7 levels or above me. They do offer nice rewards, the orange ones. However, all of these are red. If we go to Manny's Second Lab, if we go to the Wandering Rogue's Den, they're all red. Main's Hideout, they're all red. Let's check out Cron Castle. Cron Castle, 3100, red. Cron Castle Patrol Route is also red. These are actually higher level at 66. And then if you go to Cron Castle Entrance, these are orange, sitting at 6 levels above. Alright, so that's the first thing you want to focus on is the color of the mobs. Orange mobs are easier to kill than red, even though sometimes you go into a red area and they're 200 CP below you, but the mobs are red. Even though you're a lot stronger than them, they are still harder to kill than orange mobs. So you want to focus on killing orange mobs, even if they're 400 or 500 combat power below you, for maximum rewards and profits. That's the first thing. The second thing you want to focus on the loot. So you want to focus on what area gives loot. So this area gives gloves, does give the chance to drop a red glove and an orange. So that's Cron Castle. South Medea has a chance to drop a lot of orange items. Until you get to these Hazra areas down here, it does offer the chance to drop red helmets and boots. So you want to focus on areas like that, because if you notice this area right here, this highlands right here, it doesn't drop anything. So you don't want to go farming in that type of area. That's really pointless. And sometimes when you go to Black Spirit mode, it does have you go farming that way, in that area. For a quick view of the map, you can click the monster tab at the bottom to get a better idea of the monsters. It does show you if they're orange, it shows you if they're red, and it gives you their combat power, as well as the little box next to each name. I've searched and scoured the web, couldn't find out the exact answer for the box. We can only assume that if it has a 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 next to it, the higher the level is, the better it is. I know these boxes are all blue until you get to the bottom left. They do go to purple. I know if you go to Cron Castle, these are all green, as you see right there. So the higher the level of the box, green's obviously lower than blue, so blue's definitely going to give better box rewards than Cron Castle. But these start off at 1 and 2 and 3 as far as the number next to them, where Cron Castle is giving you 7, 8, and 10. So you really want to look at those 3 factors when farming. So that's the basics of farming. There's really 3 main ways to farm. The first way you can farm is the easy way. You just pop your character into Black Spirit mode. If you're going to farm in Black Spirit mode, I recommend going to the area that you want to kill mobs at. Whether it's 1800 mobs or you're doing your main storyline quest and it has you kill 500 mobs in that storyline, go to that area, go into Black Spirit mode. When you come back, your quest is done or you've killed your 1800 mobs. Because if you go to Black Spirit mode in a town, it's going to give you what it recommends, and sometimes it recommends these areas with no loot, like that area right there, like Highlands. So it tried to have me farm there. Obviously, I had to then go to a territory, so make sure you pay attention for that. The second way to farm is AFK farming. So Let's backtrack real quick. There's Black Spirit mode, which is where you can go offline and farm, and then there's AFK farming. I know there's been a lot of videos, and everybody's aware now that AFK farming is 3 times more profitable than Black Spirit farming. So I do use Black Spirit mode sometimes when I have to use my phone, whatever the case may be. So I do use Black Spirit mode. But optionally, when you do want to use AFK farming, which is where your character is farming, the screen or the phone is on in that mode, you're just farming with the phone or your computer in that mode while not using Black Spirit mode. That is going to be 3 times more lucrative. I do highly recommend, if you're going to go into this mode, to do this option, that you have your pets fully fed, your bags are fully empty, store your stuff in storage, because you do accumulate a lot of items a lot quicker, and your pets can starve in like an hour, hour and a half. So make sure you keep your feet on hand and keep those bad boys fed. Make sure if you check back to your phone every hour or two that you're checking your pets and checking your storage. Make sure you use your skill books. That uses up the storage pretty quickly. And feed your Black Spirit. The third way to farm is manually farming. I'm going to go over the areas that I like to farm in a second as well, but the third way to farm is manually farming. So let's talk real quick. Let's go back to a basic tip. Mobs. There's 2 different types of mobs. There's obviously your standard mobs in every map, and then there's these violent mobs. If you look at the bottom down here, every map has these violent mobs. These violent mobs have a higher chance to drop items. So I actually tested this out and farmed violent mobs in a specific area to see what the drop rate would look like, and it is really good. So now that you have the basic understandings, I'm going to show you where I've been farming at. I've actually been farming at Kron Castle. The mobs are orange, so I actually do 2 things here. I farm all the violent monsters, and I farm the mobs. The mobs are orange, they're easier to kill. I'm getting just as much experience as if I was to farm mobs in abandoned iron mines or Marnie's Underground. I'm getting just as much experience, and I'm getting more drops because I'm killing more. That's the first part. I'm also able to do these 1800 repeatable quests inside of this area. I'm able to do that a lot quicker because I'm killing those mobs a lot quicker. This quest gives you black stones as well as experience, contribution points, etc. So let me show you a pattern that I use. This is going to be my pro tip or trick. How to farm violent monsters. Every area has violent monsters. Violent monsters will appear on the map. I've been farming my violent monsters here pretty regularly the past 2 days, so I have a pretty good idea where they spawn at. There's usually one that spawns right back there. There's one that spawns up here. There's people in every area at the moment, so there's none spawning. See, there's one violent monster right up here. So I'll run around, finally. Oh, there's 2 of them right here. So I'll run around, kill these violent monsters. And they offer blue chest, which just gave me that good crystal. Let's kill this one over here as well while we're here. So these violent mobs don't always drop a box. It's probably about a 90% drop rate, which is still pretty good. And they always, I've never seen them drop below a blue chest. So it's always a blue or orange chest that they drop, which is great. So you know you're going to get a good item. I get a lot of boss stamps from them. I could probably farm 30 of the boss stamps in an hour, as well as a lot of those black stones. And then I did get 1 orange drop. It ended up being 10 boss stamps, but it was still great. So I come up here then, and there's a violent mob in this area. There's like 4 or 5 on this map, maybe 6. Gave me another good weapon, Blackstone. And then the last area up here, sometimes one spawns as well. There's a guy up here farming, so there won't be one spawning. So farming violent monsters is definitely very profitable. They do have a respawn timer. It's probably about 15 minutes, I want to say. I don't have it exactly down to a science yet as far as that goes. And once you kill all the violent mobs in this one area, you could go on to the next area and kill those violent mobs. So I could go to like Kron Castle Patrol and kill them, and then Kron Castle. I did rotate it like that for about 2 hours yesterday. It didn't seem to be any easier than just staying in one area, killing the monsters in that area, and then killing the mobs, around that area for a few minutes, and then moving on to the next set, and just rotating killing mobs with violent monsters as you go. I found that to be much better with experience and profitability and killing the mobs at the same time. So I know most people are over in South Medea farming because it's in the new area, it unlocked, that's where the new quests are at and all that fun jazz. But as far as grinding, it's not the best area to be at, in my honest opinion, until you get to at least level 59. Once you get to level 59, these mobs are then 6 levels above you. They will shift to being orange color, which means they will be slightly easier to kill because they're not +7 above you. So South Medea, in my opinion, is not where you should be farming at unless you're level 59 or above. And obviously, like I said, I know some of you guys are out there at 1500 CP, 2000, 2500 CP, whatever the case may be. You want to find mobs that are orange and have good drop rates in that area. I know a lot of people are probably thinking I didn't mention Nightmare Mode, and there's a reason for that. I haven't farmed in Nightmare Mode in a few days. If you go into Nightmare Mode and you're not at least at 3900 combat power, 9 times out of 10 you're going to get wrecked, and you can't AFK farm in there. You can't Black Spear farm in there. You have to be online. And I found farming the violent mobs in the Kron Castle area, the orange mobs as well, was just as profitable and without less headaches. I do want to note that farming the violent mobs, like I showed you, does require you to be, at your phone farming relatively. You do have to click a little bit more buttons than just straight up AFK farming. AFK farming, you still want orange mobs. If you're going to be at your phone or computer farming, grind the violent mobs as you go around and focus on the orange mobs while you're not killing the violent monsters if you're going to be on your phone farming. That's everything for farming. That's what I do while I'm farming. I am almost level 59. I got about 40% experience here last night farming in Kron Castle and AFK farming. If you guys have any questions or comments, or you find out something's better, by all means drop it in the comments down below. If you found this video helpful, enlightening, by all means hit that like button as well as the subscribe button. I do put out plenty of Black Desert mobile content. And with that being said, I will see you next time.